All right, so good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cheryl Sanchez. I'm the founder of the TheNetWorks organization and the author of The Journey of Success, Even When Success is Just Getting Out of Bed. The TheNetWorks is a community of leaders, forward thinkers, entrepreneurs, and business owners who have joined together to realize individual and collaborative success and to create and foster positive social impact. If you're interested in learning more about me, our members, or the networks, you can visit our website at thenetworks.org or find us on social media. Tonight is our first event of 2023, Plan Your Vision. The new year is a great time to assess our lives and think about goals, but we should remember that anytime, a new season, a new week, or even a new day can be a great time to do this. We'll talk tonight about creating a vision for the year, plans, goals, resolutions, and we'll talk about methods to successfully support your vision, like vision boards. We have a few speakers this evening who'll share some ideas, and we'll encourage all of you who would like to participate to do so. An important point to consider is defining success. In my book, I talk about redefining success to be about effort, not material results. And that's really important, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have goals. It means you're successful when you're trying. You're successful when you have a goal and you take steps to achieve it, whatever that may be. There are many methods available to successfully support your vision, including things like affirmations, manifesting, meditation, and vision boards. Some of us may be creating or adding to a vision board or a vision journal. You can use this time to actually work on a vision board or vision journal, or you can take notes to make one later. Vision boards have become quite popular. They're a visual representation of your goals, dreams, and intentions. You can start fresh and create a new one, or you can build off one made previously. It can be an actual board made of paper, poster board, cardboard. You can make a journal instead if you prefer to hold something. Either way, it should be something that you will easily see every day. And whatever methods you choose to use, one of the first steps is deciding on what big goal or goals you want to work towards. Thinking about how you'll enjoy your life while in pursuit of that goal, including gratitude, and putting those ideas into a visual. To talk more about gratitude, I'd like to introduce one of our guest speakers, Kathleen Macias-Torres. Kathleen, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me tonight. I'm Kathleen Macias-Torres. I'm a member of the TheNetWorks organization, also an executive director for an organization called Spark, and we provide services and programs for people with developmental disabilities. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for having me. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about gratitude. So that is an important piece when you are planning or setting off your goals for the year, is definitely thinking about what you are grateful for. They say that being grateful or gratitude is positive energy. And when you transcend positive energy, that will definitely transcend into what your goals will be. So think about each day, when you wake up in the morning, what is it that you're grateful for? What is it that you want your life to be like? And think about the things that you have that you are thankful for. There are ways of not just thinking about them, but also putting them down on paper as well. Or even sometimes even thinking about even putting a reminder or something in your phone where it reminds you, an alarm, certain times throughout the day, where that can inspire you, and also think about the things that you are grateful for in that moment. It could be different things. It could be things that are outside, nature, or things that are happening in your life. But being grateful is a big piece in terms of what will come to you. And people say that when you put things in writing and you work towards those goals each day, those goals will be accomplished. You will get there. So part of that is also being grateful and setting off a positive mindset. Cheryl, also, I talked to Cheryl about the fact that also some of you may have businesses and may use this website or portal called Canva. Canva is a really great tool. And you can even do a vision board on Canva, which is a really great tool because it has a whole bunch of different marketing pieces, visuals, and it could be something where you could put in there digitally and you can format it. Cheryl, if you let me, I can show that to everybody, so sort of they have an idea.
Absolutely.
So this is an example. I mean, there's so many different portals and websites that you can go under to do visual, to do flyers, to do marketing pieces and create your own digital content. But this is just an example. And I use Canva all the time for my organization, but this is a great tool to use. And if you put vision board, sorry. So this will pop up a whole different types of templates that you can definitely use. That you don't have to use paper and cut down if you don't want to. And but each time you go to one of these templates, you can click on them. And then you can add your own pictures. You can customize it. It's just to quickly give you an idea. And this is something that you can keep on your computer each day. So as you see on the left side, there's a whole bunch of designs that you can use. You can use different text, backgrounds. You can even use your own personal photos. So instead of using these photos that are here, you can actually upload your own photos and put them incorporated into your vision board. Mm. Which is pretty cool. So that the way you do is this section here says upload. You can upload, see, I have a whole bunch of stuff here from my organization, which is Spark, but you can upload any pictures that you may have. So you click on the upload and then it'll upload from your computer, or these are the ones that I already have uploaded already. Just been from my fundraising events. So all you have to do is drag it here and put it inside there. So it'll just pop in. Canva is really easy to use, and you can definitely get a lot out of it. And you can change it around. So you can even cut all these pictures out if you don't want them. And just like we started from the beginning, where I Googled, or I should say, searched vision boards, there's a whole different types of templates that you can use. And I'm sure if you can also maybe go online and Google vision boards templates, and you can also see those there. You don't have to have Canva. And like I said, there's probably other platforms that you could use for creating your digital content. And that's it.
Thanks, Kathleen. I really like this idea because it's something where you can then have it like on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer, and then you're also having, you know, the every single time you log in or look at your phone, which, you know, is a little bit more frequently than most of us like to admit, you're seeing the images that you've put there and what your priorities are for the year. And on that note about gratitude, I've found it helpful to put some things on the vision board that are things that already exist. So things like that we've already achieved is on there, that you're kind of mixing in with the things that you want, because then your brain is recognizing that you have this already. And also putting things on your vision board that you're grateful for, because having that feeling of gratitude is just such a positive feeling. Oh, look at Carol with her vision board in the background there. We're definitely going to ask you to speak on that in a little bit, Carol. Elizabeth, I think you had your hand up. Did you want to speak, Elizabeth?
Hi, yes, thank you for that kickoff, Kathleen. I noticed something this week with the iPhones, and maybe others did. They included this app called Freeform, and it basically is a blank canvas. So it's actually even a little more accessible than Canva, and you can drop in and do whatever you want. It's meant for creative collaborations, but it can be purposed for this as well.
Oh, wonderful.
And I too also, as soon as I did from last year with that vision board, I saved it as my screensaver. You know, it was like surrounded.
Great. Thank you for that tidbit. So freeform, you're saying?
Yep. Those of you on Apple, check it's on your phone. And I'm not sure if it was included in the iPad updates, but definitely it's on the phone, because I was wondering, what is this freeform? It's exactly what it is.
Nice. Also, you know what? In Canva, what you can do is like you can print it, which is also awesome. You know, in Canva, you can print it, you know, different sizes, and then you get it in your house, and then you can put it wherever you want. So I love Canva.
Thank you. I think those are really, really good ideas, because the more places that we can think of that we're putting it, that we can see it over and over again, and it's repetitive, that's helping us in moving forward in remembering what we're trying to focus on in the first place, and then taking the steps to achieve those goals. And, coming up with a vision board, sometimes we have to start with figuring out what we even want our vision to be. Sometimes it's something very obvious and we know exactly what it's going to be. Like, for example, this year, after this COVID experience, I have decided that my focus for the year is health. And so everything else that I put in there will be based on that initial idea. But if you're not sure of what you want to focus on, creating a vision can start with simply writing down what things are important to you, what you want to achieve, and what you want to focus on. And some things to consider are self-care, your health, taking care of yourself, especially with the stress of pandemic and all this other stuff. So that's definitely a huge one that's important. Your support system, which is also very, very important to consider. Sometimes it's friends, a family, a partner. Sometimes it's a community like us here this evening. We're all supporting each other in creating and succeeding with whatever it is that we want to move forward with. Living in the moment can be something, being present, that you want to focus on. Gratitude, like we spoke about with Kathleen. Doing more of what you love. That's a recurring theme lately for people that want to make sure that they're valuing their time and doing what it is that they love to do. You can create a word or a theme for the year and have everything else kind of flow around that. Or you might want to have separate goals depending upon what it is that's important to you. But you should make sure that whatever your vision is, that it aligns with whatever direction you want to go in. So for example, if you set a goal to sell 1 million copies of a book, but you don't even like writing, then that really shouldn't be your goal. Then you need to sit there and figure out, why is that your goal? Is there something else you want to do? Is there something else that you can make your goal that is more aligned with what you really want to spend your time doing? Another important consideration is planning for both the expected and the unexpected. Because both of those things will happen. And to talk more about that, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Monica Martinez-Hess. Monica, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. I see some familiar faces and some new faces, which is great. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I've been with TheNetWorks for, I think, 2-3 years now. I mean, time flies, right? Who knows? Time has been so weird. And I'm really, really happy. So talking about gratitude, I'm really into paper. I'm an old-fashioned paper. I have like 3 different journals. This one, I write from 10 to 15 phrases I'm happy and grateful for every single day. And call me crazy, but the day goes so different when I do it, when I don't do it. Everything that and this is my second book, because I started last year. So this is the second one. My notebook from last year went to Costa Rica with me, went to Austin, went to DR, went everywhere that I went, So this is something that I do. And also I have another one with my big goal, right? This is my long-term goal for my life. And I like to touch. I think touching is really important for me. I'm also a really visual person. even if I know it by word, because I've been repeating myself for the last year, I have it because I like to touch it, right? So thank you so much. And also something like you both mentioned, it is like in the vision board or where you write or something, your mind really doesn't know what is true and what is not true yet, what you have and what don't you have yet, right? So this is also super tricky, right? Because your mind is saying to yourself, and that's why it's so important to be kind to yourself, self-love, like Elizabeth says, right? In everything, I think it's about being grateful and be present in the moment. So that's my personal side, right? And what I do for living, I am an advisor, and something about the wellness and the health, I love to talk about financial wellness, right? And to plan for the expected and the unexpected, especially after, you know, COVID. I think a lot of people, we realize like we are not ready for quitting our job, resigning our job, you know, getting fired, pandemics, dying, right? So I will say, and also we need to prepare for the happy moments, right? Vacations, college funding, retirement planning, etc. So a little tip is everything starts with your budget, right? Budget, budget, budget. Because you need to tell your money where it's going, not the other way around. Especially right now with technology, with debit card, credit cards, right? It's so easy. And forget about it in December, right? With the holidays, it was like, oh, happiness. The kid is going to enjoy this, right? And boom, la tarjeta, credit card, right? And debit card. And then it's like, oh, what happened, right? So I think if we plan since the beginning right now, you know, for all the holidays, birthdays, vacations, retirement, college, and everything, our life is going to go smooth, right? And I've been doing this for, oh my God, almost 13 years now, 13 years now. And it's not how much money you make, it's about what do you do with the money. I have advised clients who make like 12,000 a year, and I have clients who make like 3 million, right? And it's all about what you do with the money and how is your relationship with the money. And for me, you know, the relationship, the way I grew up, I'm from Mexico, right? And some days we didn't even know how we're gonna eat, right? And how we're gonna pay the rent. So it wasn't like really happy, right? So my relationship with money, I realize now, you know, like I've been studying a lot about like the mind and the money and everything. It's like, I didn't have a good relationship with money. It was always like, oh, we don't have money. Oh, we don't have money. We don't have money. So if I keep repeating myself, like, I don't have money, guess what is going to happen? I'm never going to have money. But that's the way I grew up, saying like, we don't have money, right? So I think the relationship with money has to change, right? That's super important. And then you need to be honest and sit and say, okay, how much money I make, how much money I'm spending, and I'm spending on what, right? I was fortunate to have a workshop last week here in my community. And one suggestion, so it is to print your bank statement. Don't print the one from December because December we all overspent, right? But maybe print the one in November, all right? Or print the one in January, and just with highlighters, right? The green one, just highlight in your bank statement what is a fixed expense, right? Like it's like, you know, you have to spend that money, which is rent, a mortgage, telephones, insurance, internet, food, daycare, etc., right? The needs. And then with a yellow one, what I suggest, it is the unexpected, like emergencies, right? Probably like the car broke, or Mateo needed new shoes, or that, right? And then with that orange, okay, the things like we don't need and we bought. Meaning you went to Target, right, to buy laundry detergent, and then right there in the right one, what is it? The $5 and the $3 and the chancla and the bag and everything. And then you left Target with 250 bill, right? So all of those with the orange, there's no red highlighted, if not, I will say red, right? But with the orange. And also, you know, the Starbucks, the Dunkin' Donuts, etc. The going out, Amazon, 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 Amazon. That one, all of those, the Amazon, yeah, I'm guilty on Amazon. So all of that, right? And then when you have that, you're gonna add all your greens or your yellows and then your oranges, right? And of course, you know, we're gonna work with the orange because that's the money, like it's just disappearing, just like that. And that's the money that you can put to use. For what? College, retirement, getting credit card debts, investing, right? Life insurance, because yeah, we all need life insurance, you know, and sometimes I've seen families like, oh no, I cannot afford life insurance, right? And then you do the list, it's like 125 nails every 2 weeks, right? And so yes, it is about priorities, right? So I think that's really important. First, you need to know where you at right now with your money, and then where do you want to do, where do you want to go, and make a plan. You know, and if you need any help on how to make plans, how to plan your budget or any question, you know where to find me. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. And I think, you know, well, I think for the most part, probably everybody has goals of prosperity and wealth and all that. But from another perspective, thinking about money and planning for the expected and the unexpected is important because I don't know how many of you are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but the very basic needs at the bottom of the pyramid are taking care of yourself and security, because if you cannot take care of yourself, you can't think about higher things that you want to achieve. So it's really important, even though we know we all have that goal, or most of us have that goal to achieve prosperity and wealth and financial freedom, but we also need to have that certain level of base security. Yes, exactly, Allison, put our masks on first. That's so hugely important, of making sure that we have that solid foundation to be able to evolve and grow and do all of the wonderful things that we all want to do and know we're capable of doing. So thank you, Monica. And I know we're going to be accountability coaches for each other as well, for making sure that we're all doing the things that we need to do this year and moving forward. And speaking about financial freedom, I wanted to mention Joel Solomon is one of the members of the networks, and he wasn't able to make it tonight because he's actually going on this wonderful journey in India right now. And he's had huge success with affirmations and vision boards. And he had this picture from India of one of the sacred places in India that he's had on his vision board for a while, and he's actually there now. But one of his tips that I find is so helpful for our goals and our visions is living life as if. And is living life as if you've already achieved it. Because then you believe it and you feel it, and it really makes it all that much easier to know, because you have to believe that you're going to be able to achieve these things. If you write a goal and you say, I'm never going to be able to do that, or you think that, you aren't going to be able to do it. So it's really important that belief is a huge, huge part of being successful with our goals and our visions and all the things that we want to do. So
yeah, I want to share a phrase before you move on. Something that I say myself also every day is, if you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So I love that one too, you know, because it's about, like you say, you know, you have to live as you are ready, and you have to feel it, you have to believe it, like you already accomplished the goal you're working towards.
I love it. So I will show you my vision board now. So this is my vision board that I've put together. It's got a frame around it. It's got health up there on the top. It's got a whole bunch of quotes and pictures and things like that. And I originally put this one together in 2020. And I think it was really instrumental in some of the successes that I had that year, despite all the craziness that was going on. And I kind of build upon it and edit it every year since then. But one of the things that I did this year is, so I have it hanging on the wall, and I kind of put a whole collage of things around it. Like I like crystals and stuff like that. So I got this little shelf to put like crystals next to it. And I have some inspirational frames and stuff that I love. So it's all there together. So now when I look at my vision board, I'm smiling and I'm happy because I like the things that are all on the wall around it. And I know that that's just helping me move forward in the things that I want to do, because I'm feeling good and feeling positive when I'm seeing the things that I want to achieve and know I'll be able to do that. So I'd like to now open up the conversation to anyone who wants to share their vision, their ideas, who wants to collaborate. We're all here to be helping each other and supporting each other. So it's super okay to say who you are, what you're doing, what you want to accomplish, and how we can help you with that this year. I was going to call on Carol because you showed your vision board a little while ago, but I don't see you on camera right now. So does anyone want to volunteer to go next to share your personal vision? Oh, there you are, Carol. You want to go first and show your vision board and let us all know who you are, what you're doing, and how we can help this year? Oh, we got to take you off mute.
I was eating dinner. That's why I took myself off camera. But this is actually a couple of years old. A friend of mine was doing workshops on how to do vision boards. And it took her about 4 years to get me involved. And now I've done 3. And this is a combination of my personal interests. Like I started playing tennis when I started working, when I could afford it. So I have visiting the 4 sites around the world that host the tennis events: Australia, Paris, London for Wimbledon, and the US Open, which I've been to many times. I used to have 4 season tickets for that event when I lived in the city. And then it's just, I came up with 5 revenue streams, which is in the center, the different services that I offer, and some quotes. To go far, go together. So that's the endorsement of networking, because you can't do it by yourself. And just some other thing. And then in the corner, the contemporary house that I aspire to. And my goal for this year, and I haven't done a vision board for this year, it isn't included in here, but I'm working on a card deck that is 45 cards that addresses 3 aspects of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The first segment is awareness of the struggles that we go through. Second segment is acceptance of our strengths and superpowers. And the third segment is, with that new information and insight, what actions could we take to be able to be more comfortable in our own bodies and with the challenges, but strengths and superpowers. And my goal for this year, and I haven't yet released the card deck, I'm very close to finishing it up, is to sell 1,000 copies of it around the world. I'm going to be using Deckable, which is an online card deck service. And so that's my goal. And that, I hope, will help women, particularly women, but not exclusively women, understand the symptoms, because even today, many of the doctors and therapists don't recognize that it is also a women's challenge. Most people still think it's a little boy's challenge that they grow out of. Well, either I'm a very slow learner, and I'm certainly not a little boy. So my intention is to close that gap of understanding, acceptance, and then how do we build on those strengths to make an impact in the world we choose to play in. So Cheryl, thank you for that opportunity.
Thanks, Carol. I think that's a definitely achievable goal that we are super happy to help you with. Anybody want to volunteer to go next? Lynn? Gotta unmute.
Okay. I have an old vision board in front of me. First of all, my name is Lynn Otersona. I'm recently retired and trying to make some of my dreams come true. And I'm part of Mary Kay as a consultant. And I also have my own pillow and home decor business, which I'm working on furiously. So how do I get to show you my board? Do I need to turn the camera around?
Just hold it up in front of your lovely face, Lynn.
Oh. There
you go.
All right, I did this several years ago. I'm a big believer in enjoying life, and now I have the chance to. So putting all business aside, I want to enjoy life because it's fleeting. You're here today, could be gone tomorrow. I don't want that to happen without me at least enjoying my life. I need to learn to love who I see in the mirror. See that on the bottom? Because sometimes I wake up and I don't like who I see. So I'm changing that. I'm learning to be more grateful. Telling myself that I am a beautiful soul inside and out. And I can make my dreams come true. Okay. I've already discovered what I love, but I keep adding to it. And there's one thing that I do love is art. Creating it, seeing it, studying it, it just brings me a lot of joy. So I want to continue that. New faces takes you to new places, meeting new people and enjoying them and communicating and networking. I think it's so important. That's why probably I'm part of this team here. Okay. Well, on this board, it says retire in 2021. I didn't retire until November of this year, or 2022. So it was delayed because of COVID, but I'm back on track now. And I want to see my businesses grow and be able to enjoy life, my family, take the time to smell the roses and the coffee, which is one of my favorites, reduce and eliminate debt, and accomplish balance. So whatever was on this board, it's now elevated to another level for 2023. And I will be adding to this, or now that you gave us the idea, doing a digital board, because you're freer to change or add to that board on a digital faster than you can whip out a flat board and do cut and find words to sentiment your feelings. Okay. Need to find the right balance, stay healthy, do what I need to do for me. Not be afraid to take risks, but not with my health. Maybe in business, you need to take a little risk, to get to where you're going. But all in all, 2023 looks like it's going to be a great year for me. And I plan to make it happen. And that's it.
Thanks, Lynn. And we look forward to being a part of that journey with you, especially the having fun part. I wanted to actually offer a suggestion that we recently started doing, and I forget where I read about it, but we got Post-it notes and we put them in different places that we're going to see them, including the mirror. So if something that you're focusing on is your thoughts when you're looking in the mirror, you can take affirmations. I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am healthy, whatever it is that you want to say to yourself, and put it on Post-it notes and put it on your mirrors.
Oh, cool. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
Thanks, Lynn, for sharing with us.
Thank you.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go
Luz?
next. Yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Luz.
Hi,
Hi.
Luz.
Hi, Mama. Okay. I don't have a vision board. I literally just ran in. But I guess I wanted to take this workshop because I have changed paths in my life, and especially after COVID, you know, for those that know me, know what happened. So I almost gave up in terms of life because the weight and the illnesses, and like Lynn says, you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. So I started a new business I'm launching with another company. It's called Unicity. It's called the Feel Great System. And it's a system that allows you to correct your metabolic health.
Mhm.
And I live with diabetes 28 years, worked for ADA. No one ever talked to me about insulin resistance and how it stems into high blood pressure, cholesterol, depression, anxiety, thyroid problems, erectile dysfunction. So I guess my goal for 2023 is to educate everyone on what this is, to share with them that there is hope. Even though I've been obese all my life, there was hope, because I was really getting to the point that I'm like, when is this weight going to stop? And help about 2,000 people this year, 2,000 people this year to get their health together, you know. And I know a lot of you see me before, but I just put together my before and after, and that's when it really makes an impact. And if you guys see, this was me just last year, as you can see how that is there. And then this is me just a few weeks, like last week or 2 weeks ago, in the same dress.
Wow.
So, so that's what I want to do. I need your help because everybody knows me for another industry, which I still travel and have fun. And that's going to be on my vision board, of course. But I really want to help, especially young people, get healthy. Suicide rate, depression, all that stuff, it stems from sometimes your appearance, as you know. I need help building a strong social media presence. If you guys have been following me, I've been working on TikToks, and that's thanks to my leadership with growth and training and all that. But I still believe in one-on-one and getting meetings together and all that. So that's what's on my vision, to help about 2,000 people this year to live and go travel and be able to chase my grandson and his mama if I have to. And to be able to believe in love again, you know. I just want to live. So pretty much that's what I'm doing. I know it's a little bit of all over the place, but I want to help people. I just want to help people get healthy, educate them. And if it's something for them, let's run. If it's not, it's perfectly okay. So that's where I need you in marketing, getting the word out there, because they all know me for travel, you know, but now it's something more powerful that I'm offering. So that's all I got right now.
That's awesome, Luz. Thanks for sharing. And it's not all over the place. It's really, you know, all aligned on doing good and helping people, which I think I say every time we all get together is that we all have this underlying theme of wanting to do good and help people and to be supportive of each other in achieving those goals. So I always get a warm and fuzzy feeling when we have these meetings, whether they're in person or virtual. Colin, I see you have to jump off. Did you want to share any of your goals for this year before you jump off?
Unfortunately, I am ill prepared this evening, and so and I do have to run, but I promise to participate in the next one. Thank you. I'm just was just here for listening tonight.
No worries, Colin. That's what we're here for, and we appreciate you being here.
All right. Thanks for having me. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, Colin.
Hey.
All right, who would like to go next? Kathleen or Monica, did you want to share anything about your particular goals for this year?
I'll go. Hi again. Yes, so travel. We love to travel in this family. We were fortunate to travel a few times last year, and this year the goal is to travel at least 4 times out of the country. We haven't decided yet where, but we need to decide this weekend, so we need to do that and be happy every single day. You know, I think we're really grateful for what we have. We're really lucky, and more than anything, we're healthy. So just keep going, you know, with the healthy, the wealthy, and the happiness around the family. I think that's what it is. And also, I have realized that most of the time, if you're a mom, right, you're going to understand this, we drive the mood in the household. So for me, super important, my kids, when they wake up, they know right away if I went to work out or if I didn't. Because when I went to work out, I go to work out mostly almost every day. I will say between 4 and 5 times during the week at 6:30, so they're sleeping, right? And I'm all shiny and happy and ready and energetic after I come back from the gym, right? And I'm such in a bad mood when I don't go. So like we were talking, right? Everything starts with me because I need to be in the right mindset. My body needs to be physically, you know, to keep up with the kids, right? So I can share with my family all that I have to give them. And of course, you know, my clients. So that was more in the personal side, right? And the other day is so funny, you know, because Elena, my daughter, she's going to be 8 in May. And of course, she loves TikTok, right? And there's a dance, and she's like, "Mommy, can you do this dance?" It's like, "Can you squat?" It's like, "Really, sweetie? Of course I can squat, right?" And I went down to the floor and jumped and everything. And the other girls, you know, they were like, "Oh my God, you can do that." So I think those little moments, you know, that's what really drive me, you know, and keeps me going. Because yeah, you know, not every day is pink and shiny, right? Like when rainbows and everything else, right? Also in the personal, you know, and in the professional side, I love what I do. You know, I love to talk about money, and especially with women, to be honest, you know, because sometimes we don't have a clue what are we doing. And sometimes, you know, it's like, "Oh, my husband," right? And what happens with the husband, you know, when the husband leaves or passes away, right? So my goal this year is to increase, of course, my practice, right? My business, which it's been increasing, thank God, and to the universe and to my clients who refer me around 20% each year. So I'm shooting for 50% this year. That's my goal. So, and what I do, I am an advisor with the company New York Life. And as I mentioned before, I do everything since life insurance, retirement planning, college funding, Roth IRS, investments, annuities. So if you need any help with any of these, you know, the consultation is always free and confidential. And there's always something that you can improve, right? Even if you already have life insurance, let's talk about life insurance. Let's review it, right? And also something like we don't talk too much is about long-term care insurance, you know, and we're going through this, you know, with my mother and father-in-law, right? If you don't have long-term care insurance, and especially as women, guess what? We live longer. And for those that were married, we are gonna take care of the husband, right? If your partner is a male, and then they're gonna die, and then who's gonna take care of us, right? So life expectancy, women will live longer, so we need to plan for that. Because also what I have realized, you know, like you are working and we have a retirement nest, right? Even if it's a 401k, IRA, Roth IRA, or whatever it is, right? And then we don't plan for long-term care, or 401k, all the money that we have for our retirement, we're gonna start out pulling out money for our care, right? And then how are we gonna live? So that's something that we don't plan. And also really, really happy to sit with you and try to find your magic number. You know, we'll have like a magic number, or at least, you know, like a number, we have an idea how much money we're going to need when we retire, right? And that's something for you for start doing homework, you know, and thinking about it. You know, let's assume, you know, you make right now, let's say 100,000 for easy numbers a year, right? For those 100,000, right? Maybe, of course, if you have a house, hopefully it's going to be paid, and hopefully the kids will be in college, etc. But how do you want to live your life, right? Do you want to travel? Where do you want to retire, right? Like I am from Mexico, my husband is from here, and he wants to retire in Spain. He's been, you know, he's also older than me. He's 8 years older than me. So he already have a list, right? What about healthcare costs, right? Do you want to leave a legacy to your kids? Do you want to leave a legacy to your grandkids? What do you want to do, right? When you pass away, do you want to leave at least your family have something for the final expenses? So you want them to be asking money on Facebook, right? So all of these questions, you know, you have to ask and you have to be honest. And guess what? If you haven't planned, that's okay, right? Because we all don't have like a perfect path, or where not all everyone is different, but start planning now. And don't leave it, you know, for next month. And talking about, you know, savings, if you cannot save like all the money that you want to save, start with something small, right? At least like $5 every week, or $10 every week to create a habit, right? So, but anyway, I can be talking here all night, because this is something I really, I do love, but those are my two personal, my personal goal, you know, is to keep being happy, healthy, and wealthy for me and for my family, been sharing what I do love, and the professional side, keep growing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Monica. And no pressure to anybody to share. If you would like to, you can. I just want to make sure that everybody who wants to speak has an opportunity to introduce yourself and share anything you would like to share. I will put Brittany on blast right now by saying that I know one goal that's totally achievable is that you want to babysit that baby that Allison had on the screen a little while ago. And that can definitely be an achievable goal for 2023, I'm sure. So would anybody else like to speak? Even just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Allison. I have Mason. He is 8 months. On the 20th, he turned 8 months, and I am about helping you with your goals this year, Brittany. I actually work for a wine company. We do private wine tastings to raise money for charity. I also bartend in the city. So my goals this year, I came to this without a vision board, but I have done vision boards, vision journals, vision wallpapers in the past, and they work. And I actually found one of my journals and he was on there. So it's really just a big, huge thing to kind of, and I didn't even realize it, right? Until I needed a new journal. I was just rereading it and it's like, there you are. So this year, and it's weird because like, you know, it works and then you never do it again. So it's just like the craziest, stupid thing, I guess. But one of the goals this year is definitely that balance, finding the balance between being a mom and being so in love with him, and also still making time for myself and my friends and the relationships, and kind of collecting people's stories too, because it's so amazing to hear like Luz talk about how she created this, you know, this life, and now you're passing on these lessons that you learn, like all of us are, right? So I think collecting those lessons is huge. So the stories, my own stories and my own self-talk, and like something I heard today in a training was actually that like, I'm not financially illiterate. So I'm not financially stupid. It's just none of us have heard these things. None of us know these things. And so we're not illiterate. We're not uneducated. We're just not, we just don't know. So that, and getting back to grace for ourselves, having that grace, and like, I'm building a business, I'm building a team, and that's really hard work. And raising humans is a hard thing, and taking care of ourselves and making sure that we're good people is a hard thing sometimes with everything that's happening in the world. So I'm really proud of everybody here and everybody that I've come in contact with so far, because we're doing the work and it's really important. So thank you guys. Thank you ladies so much, for Cheryl for putting this on, and all the networking work that you guys do. It's just a blessing. So very grateful.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, that is like the most meaningful expression of how this stuff works. It's just so hugely important, and I'm sure we all felt that with you. And I think Mason needs an honorary title, because I think he's the youngest person potentially to ever attend the network's networking event, because you were pregnant with him when we had the Women's History Month event in Yonkers last year. So he was there. He started out early.
Yes, he's a part of it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. It's so important to hear the success stories as well. And what you're saying about the things that we don't know, that's also hugely important. And part of the reason also that the networks exist is that we need to know these things. And it's important for all of us to mention the things that we need to learn. You know, there's so many basic life skills that just aren't taught anywhere, and people don't have the access to learn. And that's really been a vision of mine, which thank you for reminding me that I said I was going to do that this year, was launch the Success Academy, which was going to be the piece of the networks that was educational in nature for all of those types of things that we all need to learn, from financial wellness to taxes to health information to how to start a business, all of the different things that we need to learn. So thank you for that reminder. And that just serves as a message to everyone. If there's something that you know that you want to share, or something that you don't know that you want to learn, this is the place to talk about it, so we can get the expert, or if you're the expert, then we talk about it and share the information. So thanks for the reminder about that, Allison. As I stare at the bottle of wine in your background there. I just love those sparkly bottles, that's for sure. Would anybody else like to introduce themselves or share anything?
Hi, Cheryl. I'll go since I was driving the whole time and I'm home finally. Good evening, ladies. Maria Rodriguez. I actually have two jobs. So in my daytime, I am a director of social services program in the Bronx. And my side hustle is Mary Kay with Lynn and Jackie. Jackie sends her regards. She couldn't make it today. But so we're in the same team. We are Pink Cadillac, and we are building our teams in different places. So I reside in Long Island. So my goal this year is to actually put myself out there here in Valley Stream and promote my business, Mary Kay, of course. I think the Bronx is very well taken care of with all my consultant, my co-consultants, and my sisters. And I know people in Jersey too. So I think Long Island is it. So one of my goals is to obviously increase my contacts with people here in Long Island, make myself available. I'm using Facebook to actually look at groups, join groups, go to events that they're having, be ready with the business cards. I have digital ones as well. I haven't done my vision board. I do like the Canva. I have Canva subscription. So I think I'm going to do this year a digital one because it's definitely quick and you could add to it as you go along. And I really like that presentation. That was really good. I try to be crafty, but it's kind of hard with my schedule. My vision board usually consists of family, work, business, and finances. Like Monica says, I've started that process of preparing myself for the future. I saw what happened to my mother when my father passed away of COVID. And now she's on living on one income. She lost two. My father used to get two. And they weren't very prepared. They weren't, they came from Ecuador, met in 1974, and they didn't know. And I wish they would have spoken to me at the time when they made certain decisions, but sometimes parents don't do that with their kids. And I went to school. He should have asked me. I'm a graduate of St. John's and I have my master's from Metropolitan College of New York, but my father was just that type of person. He would speak to others and not speak to his family, and things happen, right? So I am the total opposite of that. I believe in preparation. I believe in taking care of your debts and make sure that by the time you retire, that's not. So I did go through a transition this year and it's been tough, but I do see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I just know that 2023 is going to be so much better. And my family, I have a grandbaby, so I need to go to all the trips they go to in the future.
Thanks for sharing, Maria, your story and what your goals are. And we can definitely let's chat and make something happen and have a networking event in Long Island.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And New Jersey too. We got to expand.
Yes. Talk to Jackie about Jersey. She's the Jersey girl.
I will talk to her about Jersey and we'll connect and talk about Long Island. We have some people in Long Island too, so we can let's make it happen.
Awesome. I'll look forward to it.
Thank you. Does anybody else want to contribute? Again, no pressure. Oh, look at Allison. She's ready to go to Long Island. We'll make it a beach party.
We could have a barbecue in my house any day. She's already been at my house, so she knows.
Yes.
All right, look at that. We've got a venue. Networking in Long Island. Sounds like a plan. All right, well, if there's nobody else that wanted to contribute, I'll wrap it up with some steps for successful goals. One of the steps is identify your goals. So we've talked about that already, is figure out what it is you actually want to do. Ensure that those goals align with your direction. So make sure that whatever it is that you say you want to do, it's moving along the path of where you actually want to be and what you want to be investing your time in. Determine your motivation for it. Could be financial, it could be happiness, it could be health, it could be time with family, whatever your motivation is. And obviously, if the motivation is something that's coming from inside, not an external motivator, like money is an external motivator, but if there's something that's coming from inside, like a passion or feeling or something that really makes you happy, that type of motivation is generally much more successful in helping you be aligned with your goals. So make sure you determine whatever your motivation is. Make sure the goals are specific and attainable. And I think that a lot of the examples that were given here tonight were specific, like the exact number of people to help. If it's a weight loss goal, how many pounds, if it's selling 1 million copies of your book, however many copies it is that you want to sell, or growth numbers, anything like that. Make sure that it's specific and make sure that it's attainable. because you don't want to set a goal that is not achievable, because then you'll just discourage yourself by not being able to potentially attain that goal. Set some accountability, which is part of the reason we're all here too, and talking about our goals is so we can check in with each other and be like, hey, did you meet with Monica yet and set up your financial planning for the year? Or whatever it else that we need to take care of. So we have accountability and the support system for it. And prioritize and balance. So if you have 10 goals, that's great, but you have to determine what your priority is and balance that with getting rest and recharging, because if you're just going crazy all the time trying to do a million things, you're not going to be successful at any of them.
Right.
Believe that you can achieve your goals. We talked about that earlier. That's super important, is having that belief that you've achieved it, or living life as if you've already achieved it. And then most importantly, I think, is enjoy the journey. I think many of us tonight have touched upon the importance of life and time and doing things that make us happy. So when you're working on your goals, it should be something that's positive and reinforcing, and you're enjoying whatever it is, the process that you're working on. So thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. I hope you found it inspiring and motivating and empowering. And we all look forward to connecting again in the future. We have our next event booked already. It's going to be Sunday, February 26th. It's going to be a combo Tupperware and wine, and it's our annual Love Yourself virtual brunch. We started that in 2020 during the pandemic. Actually, no, I think 2021 maybe was the first year that we did it, when we were all still kind of not venturing out too much. And it just was so much fun to be able to just connect with people and socialize and talk about self-care and all the things that we can do for ourselves. So this year we're going to add some wine. We'll add some Tupperware, maybe some healthy recipes, pampering, all that kind of stuff. That will be on Sunday, February 26th. So save the date on that. And
Okay.
just want to say, stay safe, healthy, and successful. And I think, Lynn, did you want to say something?
I would like part of that on the 26th.
We will definitely chat, Lynn. All right, so everyone have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, healthy, and successful. And I look forward to the next time.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.